Modi ore te whānau, no mai hoki bai. Welcome in to the practice run, your frontline pass to the hardest sports section, brought to you by Raori and Te Koerangi. Presented by 99 Dreams, inspiring others to chase their dreams. And we're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL and Rugby League today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we've got you covered.
So strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, and the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win, experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, couch analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you entertained, informed, and part of our practice squad. Because here, every practice run takes us one step closer to glory.
The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play every episode, every day.
And we want to give a huge shout out to 99 Dreams for powering our passion, allowing us to do what we do, and allowing us to broadcast worldwide to all of you guys, no matter where you are. Thank you so much for keeping us on your guys' playlist. We appreciate it so much. Now let's check out today's lineup. Today might be a short one, man, because it was only 5 games in the weekend. So very, very short amount of games, but bro, were they some hidings, man. It was very one-sided for almost all those games. I think the closest one was Friday evening, but we'll get into that shortly. We'll also give a breakdown of our team of the week. No power ranking updates this week because only 10 teams played, out of the 17. It means we can't give a full, proper, up and down of the list. Is it increments? Anyway, I don't know my English very well, Some go up, some go down, but not this week. Too many absent. Then we will do a thing called Paper, Scissors, Rock. That's what we always do. I lost my train of thought.
Just keep going,
we're
mate. Keep rolling.
Yeah.
We'll roll with it.
It is. I think it's because I tried to wing the intro and then I messed up the intro.
I didn't notice that.
I was like, oh, that's not where that bit goes. Had to quickly look at the script. Anyway, back to the regular schedule program. We just roll with it, man. Roll with the punches. Sorry, Fido. Look, It is what it is. Whatever happens in today's show just happens, man. It's been a long day. Both of us, we're very tired. It's been a long day. But let's get into Paper, Scissors, Rock, and then we'll just let the show unfold. And it could just be a surprise. Enjoy, Fano. Thanks for listening. For those who don't know, we start every episode with a Paper, Scissors, Rock just to see who's got the vibe of the day. It's the vibe of the day. And let's just say the Paper, Scissors, Rock. What do some people call it? Scissors, paper, rock, paper, scissors, rock. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper. All right, mother, here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And up.
Ooh.
Yes. I got him. Paper beats rock. Etefano and Raori is your champion today. Thank you so much for joining us. Ete iwi, this is the practice run. And if you haven't tuned in before, this is your first time listening. Sometimes we play ridiculous games. And if you're like a new-ish listener, you wouldn't remember us playing this game. Well, this is kind of like our Guess Who in a way, right? We got like seven questions to try and guess who their rugby league player is. And we just kind of ask questions and they can only answer yes or no. Sometimes there might be like a gray area of like it might depend, but that's just a wasted question because then you got to try and figure out what it depends. Are there any rules that I'm missing about this game?
No, not really.
Not really. All I need is a pen and a paper.
Oh yeah, it's a good one, actually.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous because like you guys at home play along with us. You try and figure out who our players are based off of our questions. We'll leave some pauses before we do the big reveal as well, just to give you guys at home an opportunity to take one last guess alongside of us. These are current players only. That's why we only get 7 questions. If we ever did a legendary one, like an all-time, we'd probably allow up to 14 questions just because the amount of players that you can choose from in an all-time team list ridiculous, especially if you pick someone like, I don't know, who is like a throwback OG player. I can't even think of one off the top of the dome, but yeah, you don't want things like that to pop up. Well, because there you go, you can think of someone like Robbie Davis. Not the first person that comes into my mind when I think of Newcastle, but he's there. So things like that to consider. We just go back and forth asking each other a question. Two can start, and we've got to try and nail down who our man is. So, he aha tō pātai.
Okay, yes, first question is this guy's team currently in the top 8?
Yes, that's a great question. Damn, I like that. Is this guy's team an animal?
Is this guy's team an animal? That is one hell of a question. Let me check it. No.
Not an animal.
No.
Okay, that gives me not many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, is that a good question? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is this guy's team in Sydney?
No. Okay, I'm just trying to get rid of all the animals. Oh, wait a minute. Do you classify a dragon as an animal?
I guess I would have, yeah.
So a dragon is an animal.
Well, for this one, it would be, yeah.
Okay.
So I have you.
Wait, that's not my question, though. By the way, that's just clarifying a grey area. My second question. I'm just double checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Is this team located? Oh, no. Okay, here's one. Is there a T in the name of this team?
Hold on. Wait, is there a T?
Yes. The letter T.
Well, like, yeah.
Yep, there is a letter T in the name of the team.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Second question down. Fuck.
See, this is why I should stop asking like questions about geography when I know it's not my strong point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess if that's their stadium, surely. Okay, where was I? Ladder. There you are. Okay. Is this person a back? Playing a back line? To me, that's like 6-1.
Okay. Yeah. They play in the back. Yeah, they play in the back. They 100% play in the back. Sorry, I was just flicking back to their bio.
So person in the back line.
Also provided by Wikipedia. Also supplied by Wikipedia. Okay, has this player played in a grand final?
No.
No grand final. Okay.
How many questions have I done? 1, 2, 3.
This will be your fourth.
This is my fourth, eh?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've not narrowed it down.
I'm pretty sure. I was confused what Sharks is, but Cronulla Sharks, eh? Is that in Sydney? I have no idea. That's the one I was like. I thought so the others on the letters are pretty clear. But that's the one that was doing my head in. Had to do a Google search and it did not help me at all.
Oh, yeah, true. That might help you. Fuck. I might lose this one.
Oh,
Hasn't
wow.
played in a grand final. Might
okay.
leave me
We're
two
gonna.
options.
So in the back, and I think I've gone down to these 4 teams. If it's the other team, then I'm just not going to get it at all. Is this player a representative player?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. My question. I was going to actually ask that one too. You know what? Let's ask that. Is this player a rep player?
Let me check.
Oh, interesting. So it's not a certified yes, and it's not a certified no.
Oh, yeah.
They have?
Yeah. Well, according to this bio.
Nah, is it Wikipedia?
This one is not Wikipedia.
Okay. Part-time my. That's part-time number 5 for you now, eh?
This is 5 here, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think the other question really helped me, to be honest. Is this player a premiership winner?
Let me double check. Where's the bio?
That sounds like a nope.
Where's the bio? Nah. Okay.
Can't be.
Is this player
Yeah.
a forward? He's a forward?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Can't be you.
Shit. Okay,
But
it's a forward.
Is a rep player. Reps. Not a grand final winner. Is a back.
Is a forward.
Question 6, right? Okay. Fuck, I need to start thinking of who everybody could be. Wait, international representative.
Oh, yeah, but that's a waste of a question, man. We've only got 2 questions left.
I know, this isn't really...
I haven't narrowed it down at all.
Yeah, nah, me too. I guess I could narrow it down to there. What only gets rid of... Oh, fuck, I've missed that team. Are you kidding me? Here we go, another great question that I suck at. Geography. Is this team based in Queensland?
Yep.
Alright, so at least I've got it down to 3 teams.
Okay. Does this player play in the second row?
Uh-huh. Yep. Does this person play in the spine?
Yep. That was question 7, no?
Yeah.
So now you've got to answer.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've got it down to 3 teams. So I got it down to 9 possible options if they were in the starting lineup. You know, like they might not even be in the starting fucking thing.
I've got 3 teams as well too that I've locked to one position, but that's what 2, 4, 6 potential players. Well, are they starting? Are they in the starting lineup?
Let me. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. Starting lineup, maybe. Rep footy. Never played in the grand final. Okay.
Okay, I gotta start doing this. Let's go.
Shall we go one more bonus question and then we'll go for a stab in the dark? One more bonus question, then we go for a stab in the dark.
Wait, I just need to see. Where the heck did it go? Okay, so I've got it down to. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking out loud, okay? So I got it down to the Dolphins, Broncos, or Cowboys, and they're in the spine. So are they going to be a fullback or just in the house? So Dolphins, I'm thinking Hammer, Katoa.
Come on now.
What's his name?
Tick-tock.
Nikodima. Wait, they haven't. Oh no, they haven't won, eh? So it is players one. Nope. Broncos. Well, it can't be Reynolds because he's won, which leaves either Mann or Walsh. And then for the Cowboys, who's it? Drinkwater. Who
Who
is
you
it?
guys got at home? Comment down below.
It can't be Townsend because he's won. And the other one is Dearden, which fits the bill. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fuck is it? If it's not one of these 7, I'm just not gonna get it. That's about I got. Like that's all I've got. It's got to be if it's not one of these. What's the question I can ask that will eliminate half of these little pricks? Wait, who the fuck do you play for? Okay, that'll be 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's the only question I've got. Does this person play for Queensland?
Yeah.
Well, if it's not one of these
You're a
three,
Queenslander?
then
Okay.
I've got nothing.
Oh man, I've got 3 teams here. And you said he probably starts.
I feel confident about that. Yeah.
How do you mean like probably? Like last 3 out of 5? Is that your probably?
I feel as though he's started more games than he hasn't.
Okay. Ooh. Yes, okay. Second row. 1, 2. Yep. Second row here. 1. Who is it for this team? Oh, 2. Okay.
Man, I wasted so many questions.
And for this team, okay, I'm going for it. Does this player have? No. This is the question. Is this player? So their rep footy, is it non-Australian?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't think that helped at all.
Really? I'm gonna go for it. I've got 1 of 3 names. If it's not one of them, then I don't know. And I'm just gonna go with the obvious one. I think. I'm pretty sure he fits the bill. Top 8. I'm going with the electrifying one.
No, it's not Reece Walsh. I'm going to go with... shit. Has he? Hold on, one moment. I just need to double check one thing.
Oh, fuck. I
One
forgot
moment.
he qualifies as well.
Who?
Nah, never mind. Too little, too late.
One moment. Has he played? Oh, he has. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna just go random as I'm gonna go Kai Pierce Paul.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Damn. I was torn between him and Elisa Katoa.
Oh. No,
Yeah,
Kai just showed up on my thing when I went players. It just went boop. I was like, oh, yep, you'll do.
I just had to double check he played rep footy, and it
Pierre,
was for England.
yeah. I was just reading his bio. It said, oh, yeah, he played in the World Cup. I don't remember him.
Good enough.
Good enough.
You kind of got to be mad at the one I picked, though.
Who did you pick?
Milford.
Oh, Milford. Nah,
Dolphins.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I didn't have that.
Who was your second
It
guess?
was too far down the picking order for me to get to him. Because,
yeah,
I was just thinking starters, so he was just.
If you had said,
wasn't
"Does
even
he
on the
start?" I knew it would have highlighted all these randoms straight away, and you would have been bang on the money.
Yeah.
But hey, there we go. I won it this round. Shot Anthony Milford for that one.
Suck at answering questions or asking questions.
Because he played for Queensland. He played 2 games for Queensland between 2017 and 2018. He's also played for Samoa. He's been on the Raiders, the Broncos, the Knights, and now more recently, he's been on the Dolphins. So shout out Anthony Milford. I'm pretty sure I got a photo with Anthony Milford. Fun fact. No, it's Ben Barber. It's Ben Barber I got a photo with at the Nines. Yeah. I'm like wearing a Sharks hat, a Warriors under-20s jersey, and getting a photo with the Broncos. Because at that time, I just couldn't afford. Well, I just couldn't afford a Broncos jersey because Rebel Sports and things didn't sell it back then, and I didn't have a credit card or a debit card to buy online. It was like 2014, 2015, I think it was, that I was at that Nines. Yeah, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so. Your boy was doing the thing. Hey, I was there supporting the bros, so that's all that mattered. All right. I realized we didn't actually do a catch-up, but that's okay. I feel like we're caught up doing the vibes, doing that painful Guess Who. So that's catch-up enough at the Iwi. So let's dive right into Game 1. Friday night, Suncorp Stadium, Brisbane. The ground conditions were good and the crowd was 25,167. We had the Dolphins going up against the Melbourne Storm in what was the only closely contested game of the weekend, in my opinion. So I'll throw it over to 2. We'll alternate again. Go 1-1-1-1. So give us your thoughts, your feedback, and how you feel about this game here.
Yeah, look, this is one that I kind of struggled to pick with in the preview show. But I think I ended up going with the Storm because I figured Storm were going to storm. And it was also the welcome back game for one Tavita Pangai Jr., who did Tavita Pangai Jr. things by trying to fight everyone. The last fight he only got knocked out within a minute, and he wants to come onto the league field and start it again. But look, we didn't get a Thursday night banger because we had the under-19s Origin games going, so this was kind of the version of that. And it delivered. It always seems the first NRL game of the weekend is like the close one that could go either way. And, well, to be honest, Storm, I just felt a little bit more clinical. Once again, Jerome Hughes just proving his worth. I mean, you don't have Munster, and he's really stepped up to the plate. I feel as though he's taking that next level. I've always thought he's been part of that elite number 7, maybe a one step down from like Cleary. But man, he's just so dangerous, and honestly, I feel as though it's been probably his best year as a Storm. He really just knows how to control the game and just pull all the strings. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say to Really, it was good to see the bro. What's our bro's name again? Jack Howarth. He actually got minutes again,
Yeah,
eh?
Howarth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So always good
He,
to
I
see
think
him
he
on the
played the full
field.
80.
Yeah, and he set up one of those tries. I can't remember who it was, but I remember he was like kind of on the, oh wow, on the edge anyway, and kind of was like the link man for one of those tries. But look, I mean, the Dolphins, they can kind of hold their head up high. I was kind of hoping that they would lose this game once again. I was hoping that my Bulldogs could sneak into that top four. So the Storm really did me some favors by taking care of business against Dolphins. But I think if you're the Dolphins, you have to be. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about this game, right? Because obviously you look at the scoreline, you're like, oh, we're lost by 6 to a premier team, a team that's expected to be there or thereabouts. So do you take it as like well, not a confident loss, like a loss is a loss, but like, you know, do you come away thinking, oh, we can actually hang with them, we can mess with them, Because, I mean, if you look at the scoring, right, they opened the scoring first with Kenny Bromwich finally scoring against his old team, Pep answers, and then you come straight back with Aiken, and then Wishart answers to that, and then Trey Fuller scores his try. I think the Jerome Hughes try just before halftime was kind of, you never want to leak in a try just before half, and then to give one up straight after half, that right there, right, is where the game's like won and lost. Two quick tries on either side of half is where will kill you, and good sides like the Storm just know how to do that. I mean, Josh King then scored, and Jermaine Asako, he scored as well. So it gave us the grandstand finish in a sense, but kind of just too little too late. They pretty much just ran out of time on them. But I think Storm, good victory for them. I don't really think. Do they have anyone in Origin? I can't remember from when the team was named. I mean, Munster,
I
obviously,
don't think
but
so.
he's not there. And I can't. Welsh didn't get. Oh, Welch, should I say, didn't get named, eh?
Nah.
So you had pretty much a full strength team. I mean, Pep's even back. Um, so yeah, then Dolphins, of course. I mean, I think in the end, this was just a game that the Storm were just too good for them, too clinical, in my opinion. They kept it close, try to call it back, but again, if you're leaking tries just before half time and just after half time, it's going to be tough. So it's pretty much me, man. I don't really have much to say. I thought Jerome Hughes was just next level. He's kind of been next level all year. Watch out, he might. With the Daly M's now going behind doors, it'll be interesting to see how many points he's racking up. Because the guy I expected to win just ain't even there. I've given up on that. That was a bad call on my part, but it is what it is, really. I'll hand it over to you anyway. What were your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, no, it was a really good game. Tightly contested throughout. It really could have gone either way. Dolphins had their opportunities to sort of branch out a bit more. Just Melbourne doing Melbourne things, but full credit to the Dolphins for being able to hang with Melbourne. This was a game that they could have won. Had they backed their defense a little more. Fun fact about Jack Howarth this week's game just gone. So normally he's a centre / second rower. They had him starting out on the wing. And then Fart Long will come in and played 19 minutes on the wing, which I'm assuming would have moved Howarth into the second row because everyone else in the back five played the full 80, as did Jack Howarth. So he would have went from the wing into second row, probably. Oh, I don't know actually where he went because the second rowers all played full 80 as well. So who knows? He went somewhere, and that's all that you need to know. And then the Dolphins, Jermaine Isako. I don't know what it is about Wayne Bennett, man, but he just knows to get the best out of Jermaine at all times. There's been some media speculation about Wayne at the moment, and I think it's just people just starting stories to start stories, but I'll share it anyway. They're saying Dolphins fans should be concerned. They've lost a couple now that they should have won ever since Wayne's been announced as the head coach of the Rabbitohs next season. So people are wondering whether or not he's fully committed to the Dolphins or if he's playing, his head's in two minds because he's trying to set up the team for next season with the Bunnies and also try to get through this season with the Dolphins. And then, touching on that highlight reel that is Jerome Hughes. He's having a great season this year because he come into the league at fullback, eh? He started off his career as a fullback,
Yeah.
kind of got shifted into 7. And as a half, he was more of a running half, but now, refine that kicking game. Every season he's come back with something better. And, what were they say that he's added more strings to his bow. Every season he comes back stronger. He comes back, with better IQ. And he's just, progressing every season. Full credit to Jerome, eh? Like, you've got to be dedicated. And to know that, at the time, he was, maybe third best player on that team behind Munster, Pap, and then it was himself. Maybe even, a couple else. Sorry, probably Munster, Grant, Pap, then Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pap went down, so then Hughes sort of got that third place. And I think this season, in the absence of Munster, Hughes has really been able to shine and showcase that, yes, there are other components in this team that make this team great, but he's no slouch himself, and he's, like you said, putting his hand up to be one of the elite 7s in the game at the moment. Obviously, Cleary is the out and out Michael Jordan of the league, but got us a Kobe and LeBron coming through in the likes of Himi Moses and Jerome Hughes. So it's good to see, a good Kiwi half in the comp dominating, doing just amazing things. What do you think? I'll ask you this question, because I think you summed up the quality of the game really well. But what do you think Jerome Hughes has to add to his game, or what can he do to make his game better that's going to take him to that next level and be, just that powerhouse 7 that's going to always get the head nod for Kiwis and stuff like that? What do you think he can do to elevate, just to take it to that whole nother level?
To be honest, man, I feel as though he's already there, or pretty much thereabouts. I mean, I'd say he might be the best running 7 in the game. His kicking game has gone to another level. His control of the game has gone to another level. His defense is solid enough. I'll probably maybe say, go back to the kicking game. Maybe if he could add a long kicking game to his arsenal, just be that much more, because that's kind of the next level, right? I feel as though he can beat teams with his running. His passing's fine, it's solid. His defense solid. He can get teams to spots and he can go teams around. But having a kick that can turn the tide, or stem the tide, especially in that moments where you don't have it, that's what they always come to, right? Momentum kind of wins games, and having a kick that can shift momentum or turn it into your favor is a big thing. You look at, I'm thinking of a DCE and his 40-20s. I'm looking at Nathan Cleary, those players that when their team is pinned in and they don't have momentum, like Cooper Cronk, right? He would always kick earlier than you would think, just to put the other team on the back burner for a little bit and stem the tide that way. I think that might be the only thing missing, but man, he's so elite at almost everything. It's pretty hard to say. I mean, yeah, but if I could say one thing, I'd say maybe, a long kicking game, something that he can use, because you don't really see him pull off many 40-20s, his kicks are just conventional over in, which I guess it's a safe option. But yeah, putting maybe just a little bit more on it, or having that long kick that can get your team momentum when you don't have it. But yeah.
Well, because I guess that's what Munster's role is within the team, eh? He really dictates those longer kicks to get them, a breath of fresh air if they got pinned down in their own 40. So he puts in those long kicks and he drops in a couple of 40-20s. But, like we've seen this season, they're not always going to have the luxury of having access to Munster for the full season. So if he adds that, expertise to his game, it's just going to help take him to that whole nother level. It's going to help elevate the Kiwis when he's in the Kiwis. Same with the Māoris. It's a skill that can just take him so much further than where he already is projected to go. He's already in superstardom. And I guess another thing too is going back to that cordial you shared a little while back about league not having that many superstars in comparison to the likes of American sports. If Jerome Hughes was in American sports and he was at an elite level like that, he'd be a superstar, man. He'd be all over TikTok. They'd be debating, yes, he got Cleary, but they'll be like, oh, who's the GOAT chat, Cleary or Hughes? Cleary's been injured, but he's got the 3 rings. Hughes is this, Hughes is that. Is Hughes a system player? Being at Melbourne Storm, they've got great systems in place there at Melbourne, so a lot of people say that Cooper Cronk was a system player until he went to the Roosters and won a grand final against his former team. So, there's those arguments, but we don't get that in rugby league, and I feel like he's superstar worthy, and we got to find a way to elevate league to build these superstars that have that marketability about them, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely, man. He definitely has the potential to do it, eh? And he's on a great team, with other superstars, but he's definitely shining at the moment. So yeah,
hard up. Well, let's go over to the game of the round. Saturday night, 5 o'clock, Gold Coast Stadium at Seabus Super Stadium. Conditions were good. Attendance was 22,702 fans, and I think 20,000 of them were Warriors fans. They came out on a beautiful Gold Coast afternoon, and the Gold Coast Titans put on an absolute showcase. Titans scored 66 points to the Warriors 6, and they were lucky to score that 6 points, to be honest. I thought they were going to go 66-0, to be honest. So yeah, it was a tough day at the office for the Warriors. Alofa Khan Pereira played out of his mind, scoring 4 tries in one game. That was also the Titans. They equaled the most points they scored in one half in franchise history. Jaden Campbell scored the most points in Titans history with 11 conversions and 1 try. I think Alofiana Khan Pereira equaled the Titans' all-time try-scoring record as well. So there was quite a lot of records being broken in this game and actually throughout the weekend. But wow, oh wow, where do we start? Do we start with spotlighting the Titans, or do we just rip into the Warriors? There's also one added piece to this story that I'm going to get into, and I want to drill it even more, because if you are a fan of the show, if you've been listening to us for a while, you know Casey Badger cannot ref to save her life, and she was in the bunker for this game. I'll get into that shortly. But let's showcase a few of my highlights from this game. Obviously, Jaden Campbell looking comfortable in that 6 jumper, man. He looks the goods. This is the second week now he's been in that number 6 jersey, and 2 wins. Although last week was against the Tigers, but hey, he looks comfortable in that spot. Now the question is, where does Brimson play? He doesn't get enough ball in the centres. Keanu Kinney, he was amazing at fullback in this game. We're in an era where teams just have an abundance of fullbacks. There's like 7 backup fullbacks that should be starting. So I think Keanu Kinney has that fullback locked up. I think Jaden Campbell's in that 6. I do know Brimo needs to be in the team, but I think the way it's working at the moment, keep Kinney in at that fullback spot. You just got to find where Brimo comes in. I think, who was it? I was watching the Matty Johns show the other night, and they said potentially having him in at 14 and having him come off the bench and just devastate people through the middle. Just as a utility. They don't know where in utility, but just having him tear people up, because his pace, his acceleration in short stints will be a lot for teams to manage. And who knows, it could be something that revolutionizes that utility role coming off the bench, the same way Melbourne revolutionized having 2 hookers. What was another highlight for me in this game? What's his name? The 7. Foreign. Outstanding defense by him. He was playing like this is your job on the line. If you don't, make these tackles, you're not playing next week. That's how he was. His tackles were desperate. Every tackle, he put his body on the line and he was making stops. He was making those big time plays. It was just, there was just an energy about this Titans game. Just the way they played. they really played for one another and they really were hungry for this win. And, 66 points later, it really shows that they were hungry for this win. On the other side of the coin, the Warriors. Ed Kusi is only, he's lucky to be in this team because Dallins got suspended for a couple of games. He's always getting torched on that outside edge. I remember when he first came in with him and Pompey, when Roger and that went down, everyone was blaming Pompey, but it was Kusi getting burned on the edge. He's not a winger. Well, he's not fast enough to cover that position. Not in first grade anyway. In reserve, he's not too bad. RTS, I think the centre experiment's over. I still see him as a wing. Everyone wants to see him moved into fullback. I don't know where you put Chance. I don't think Chance is a big enough body to defend at centre. So I think when Rocco Berry comes back in, keep Roger at 3, keep Rocco at 3, move Rog to the wing. Either take Marcelo's wing or Dallin's wing. One of those two are gone. Keep Chance at fullback. If Chance doesn't perform well, I'd rather see Tuopiki there. He's the future. 7, give me Tamaite Martin, and controversially, I'm going to say drop Sean. Put him in reserve grade, let him get that hunger back for the game, because I know when you get dropped, you're like, oh, shucks. And it's not me saying I hate Sean. Sean needs to be dropped. He sucks. It's just me saying I just want to see that hunger from Sean again. It doesn't seem like it's there. And I know that none of these boys are saying that they're not, putting their 100% into these games. It looks like they are. But I just want to see them hungry again, like that young squad, that G squad I'm calling them. That young squad of just hungry players all coming up from reserve grade. Got the Warriors a win against the Panthers, got them a win against the Dolphins. Those are 2 big wins. Those are 2 teams in the top 4 right now. And they're losing against the Titans. And they've got 66 put on them by the Titans. So we need to see some changes made there. We need to see it made ASAP. Adam Fanua-Blake hasn't looked as devastating in past weeks, and I definitely think the Warriors are missing Mitchie Barnett. My suggestion, maybe shift Adam to the bench, start Mitchie Barnett, bring in Bunty. I'd like to see that. Maybe drop Tavanga, have Bunty off the bench instead of Tavanga. I like, the diversity that Walker and Tavanga both play. They're able to move the ball. They can put in some kicks. They're what's the word? Multifaceted in that position. But I don't think that's what the Warriors need right now. I think they've got too many wannabe ball players, not enough go forward. They've got no one who has strong attacking prowess. And I think that's what Bunty brings to that squad. And I think by shifting Tamaite Martin to that 7, they'll have that go forward that they need, that attacking prowess per se. But look, full credit to the Titans. Nothing should be taken away from them. This was a huge victory for Gold Coast. Congratulations is all I've got to say. I do know a few Warriors fans off the bandwagon. I think they got off in Gold Coast and they ain't coming back. I'm still on the wagon. That's why I'm offering my unprofessional criticism for this team. But yeah, the team was also hard done by with the bunker. Casey Badger shouldn't be reffing. Get rid of her whistle. That Roger Tuivasa-Sheck tackle, strong tackle. I don't see a dangerous position. If anything, cool. 1 penalty. No need for on report. No need for 10 in the bin. That's just a tough tackle, man. He didn't go over the 90 degree. He just picked him up, bang, and a hard hit. That's it. Secondly, it was on Montoya, I think it was, the high tackle. So it comes in, bounces off the shoulder, wraps his head. She says, no, tackle's fine. Play on, captain's challenge, null and voided. That was another point that I was like, okay, still contact with the head. There's no, it was a careless play. There was no intent to pull out. So I don't know what you're smoking, lady. I don't know what game you're watching. Just get the fuck out of the game. You're ruining it for everybody. You are what is horrible about rugby league. I'm not going to call you no bad names, but you can't ref. You're incompetent and incapable. And in any kind of job, if anyone has that, that ability or that position in their job and they fail week in and week out, you'd have a written warning. a verbal warning, and then eventually you'd be fired. Where's her written? Where's her verbal? And where's her sacking? I guarantee the league will celebrate the day she gets fired. That's just my opinion once more. But over to you. What are your thoughts on this game, brother?
Overall thought is unexpected. I don't think any of us saw this coming. I mean, you've pretty much touched on it, right? Like, obviously, changes will happen. Well, they should definitely happen. I think the Sean Johnson one, he apparently another hamstring issue, I believe. We struggled to finish off the game, I think is the report. So could be that he will have a couple of weeks on the sideline. So I would assume Te Maire Martin will be the number 7. I guess we'll find out later on today when the teams are dropped. But look, the Warriors just didn't show up. I don't know how you expect to win the game when you just keep making self-inflicting wounds, right? Like, when I watched that game, I think they might have had like a couple of taking sets in their first half, and every time they got close, someone would knock the ball on or do something like unforced errors. There was that one I thought that was forced by Foreign with that great hit on the line. You know, like that was a beautiful hit, you know, and that kind of changed momentum. But then, yeah, man, their defense just got shredded. Like, Titans got out of trouble so easily, you know? Like, and then, you know, they got momentum. They were able to get out of the half easily. Like, I feel as though there were like a 10-minute period where the Warriors would actually get into an attacking set. Something would happen, either knock the ball on. 2 tackles later, the Titans will like break the line, you know? And then next thing you know, like they get in their 4th or 5th tackle in like the 30. It's just, you're not going to win games like that, man, you know? Self-inflicting wounds, we talk about it. You have to have high percentages. That's just half the game. And you have to be able to defend. That defense was just shocking. Like, it really left a lot to be desired. Like, how are you going to get beat on the outside so many times? It's just no wonder why it was 66, you know, to 6. And you're right, they were lucky to get their try. So no doubt I expect changes to be made. But man, I don't know how you fix not being able to tackle and not being able to catch a ball. You know what I mean? Like,
those are the fundamentals, eh?
Yeah, like fundamentals, man. They should be basic. So they got to turn it around because honestly, that could be the game that cost him the top 8 come end of the season. That might be the game.
Yeah, the plus and minus, man.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I mean, thankfully the top 8 is relatively close, and even the teams outside the 8 still have a chance. But bruh,
you're not making it easier.
Yeah, you really, you know. And the longer you leave it, you leave yourself with less error, right? Like, at least if you're in the top 8, you kind of have wiggle room. The closer we get to, like, what was it? Round 16, was it not?
16. Yep.
Yeah.
We're up to 17 now.
Yeah, so we're going into round 17. You got 10 games left, right? I'm pretty sure this thing only goes to round 27. And how many buys have you had? Have you already had 2? Have you had 1? I think everyone's had 1 now, right?
Yeah.
Or have you already had your 3? Like, you better pick your shit up. On the other side, to the Titans, to be honest, they were just dominant. Absolutely dominant, bruh. From the get-go, they set the tone early. I mean, Des Hasler. You know, the start of the season wasn't looking good. It really wasn't. I think we were talking about the early favourites for the spoon. And rightfully so, because they looked like shit at the start of the season. Look at them now, though. You know, they're still kind of entrenched in that bottom part of the league. I think they might be tied on points now for bottom, maybe, or the top. Oh, wow. You know, for the wooden spoon. But they're not playing like a wooden spoon team. They're playing like a team that's on the rise and has a lot to prove. So I got to give it to Des Hasler and his crew, man. They did a number on the wires. I mean, Jaden Campbell. You know, what do you do? Brimson at 14. Do I like it? Not really. I mean, Keone Kinney, he's pretty much been penciled in as the future. Jaden Campbell's been penciled in the future for the last couple of years now. So where do you put Brimson? We know he can't. Don't put him at center. He just doesn't get the ball. Could you see a world where it's Kinney at fullback, Campbell at 6, Brimson at 7? I mean, Foran, this is last year, right? He's not back next year. So,
Not
and
sure.
Tanner Boyd hasn't really lit anything on fire. Oh no, they just signed the Wallabies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh. Be interesting to see where he goes.
He's a fly half, eh?
Yeah, he's the 10 for the Wallabies. Yeah. How different do you think it is from being a 10 in Union to being a 7 in league?
I think in league you've got a bit more space because they're already 10 metres back. Whereas Union, you've kind of got to step back from the line of scrimmage yourself.
Yeah,
so I think it's spacing, and you've got less players on the field, so a bit more room to play. It's not as crowded. You just don't have to worry about blowing out in the ruck, and you don't have to worry about kicking it as soon as you receive it.
Yeah, true that. You're right. And I guess like being a 10 in Union, you'll be used to playing both sides. You know, where like in league 6, 7s kind of stick to their sides. You know, you have a few that will swing both ways, but most of them. So because he'll be so used to being on both sides of the ball, or roaming, you know, he could go left, right. So I guess that goes to his advantage. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do
build
with
some
him.
Strong combos together.
Yeah.
Him and Campbell, same edge,
He could be swing, but I guess it actually depends on the style of player, right? Like some teams with the new style of play in league now, right? They go to what the halves are normally the second receiver now, you know, where they'll go to the lock or that 13 and then go out the back to that where, you know, when you're the first 5, you're normally getting the ball like when you want or you know, unless it's just like they've already set like the plays, right? So where it's a crash ball, then go at the back. But more often than not, their first 5 is getting the ball first. So I wonder if he'll be able to adjust to that. So maybe he's not the first receiver every time.
Yeah, true.
Interesting. We'll
It's
just
going to be interesting though, because he'll have to perform well in pre-season in order to get that nod. Otherwise, we could see Brimo and Campbell 6 and 7 for the majority of that season while he gets his reps up in reserve grade.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see and cool to watch, man. But this Titan teams, man, dominant victory, well deserved. The Wires, I just don't know where you go. I really don't know. Honestly, I think that might be it, man. They might be chalked for the season. Titans fighting to not win that wooden spoon, and I think they're climbing. But I don't really got much more to say other than that was just not it. Unexpected.
Yeah, that was a game they had to win.
Absolutely dominant. I mean, no. Poor the brother Ben just getting, well, not roasted, but fuck, that just wasn't it in the chat. No.
Oh, he was quiet in the chat that night.
We wanted questions. We wanted answers.
We wanted answers.
Yeah, we wanted something. Jeez. But no, man, that's pretty much all I've got for that game. Pretty much.
Look, hey, if they can figure out the key to a defense, when they figure that out, call the Broncos and let them know, because we need some of that too. Heading over to the second game Saturday night, and that's right, Industry Group Stadium, and goes forward. I don't know where that is. The Sydney Roosters hosted in this home away game the Bulldogs, and the final score was 26-8, full-time score. I'll throw it over to two of his teams, so give us the breakdown, give us the tea.
Yes, so I have to preface this by saying one of the few games, it's not many Bulldogs games that I miss, but this game just happened to be on the same time as the Super Rugby final. Uh, so I elected to watch that game. I was at the bro's house. We'd watched the Wars get absolutely dismantled so badly that we changed the channel with 20 minutes left of the build up for the Super Rugby final. And if you watched that, you will also know that that was super one-sided. So the games we watched weren't all that good. But I will speak to what I heard and what was on the forums. Um, and apparently the fans went at Curran, eh? There was like a post put
Oh,
up like a couple of players were getting like had to delete their socials because they were just getting like hate from the fans.
damn.
And that's one thing about the Bulldogs fans, man. Like they'll support you to the end of the world, but also we just have some fans that are just stupid. Like one game, bro, and they're just calling for players here, the coaches. It's really quite toxic when they don't win. Which I mean, it's been toxic for the last few years, just because we haven't been winning much at all, right? I kind of thought that this might be the case for this game, man. Like, I don't know. I just didn't feel it. Like, I backed them in the pre-show because it's the Bulldogs, and I thought they could get it done. But I thought the Roosters would come out with a point to prove, and I think they did that. You know, knowing that we beat them last time, and then Teddy obviously missing Origin. You know, who wants something to prove. With the footy seems to be Sam Walker's thing, which is super annoying. But yeah, back to my Bulldogs. Yeah, if that's what happened to Josh Curran, he had to delete social because he was getting hate. That's just not it. We really do not support that here on this channel, and
Nope.
that really, yeah. But also, with I knew Bonson Cherry wasn't going to play. I heard he was going to be a late withdrawal because he had a hamstring injury, I believe. And so I thought that they would bring in Drew Hutchinson, or I kind of knew that they would. But I pictured he would be the one playing centre. I don't think that they would put him at 6 and switch Birdo to centre. And
I read an article about that.
oh
It was
yeah,
Burden's idea.
it was
It was
Burden's out
Burden's
there.
idea.
Oh, Birdo.
Yeah, he thought for the good of the team, he'll play center.
Oh, even worse if it was your idea. Like I get it because if he plays mean, then obviously from Origin perspective, it's like, oh, see, look, told you, like he can play anywhere. You have to have him in this team. You know, so big core. But that wasn't the move, man. That wasn't the move. You've been killing it at 6. And Drew Hutchinson, I feel as though can play centre. I'm pretty sure that's where he played when he was with the Roosters. Wow. I mean,
Ah,
he was Mr. Utility over there, right? So think Connor Watson, but just not as fast. You know what I mean? He was kind of like the plug and play guy. If they needed a centre, he would play there. If they needed a half, he would play there. If they needed a forward, like that's where he would play. Uh, yeah, but unfortunate for the boys. You know, we talk about it, right? Like the bye week being good for some teams, bad for others. We needed the bye week just because we were pretty banged up. Well, that's what I thought. And then, yeah, it's come back. Just, I think the Roosters had our number from the start. I'll admit that. And I think I was checking the game like on and off, and nothing was really happening. So I knew it was low scoring, and then I don't know how the lead just ballooned out. But I don't know how Sam Walker didn't get a yellow card for that high shot on the bro Carras. That's some BS if you ask me. We got old Skelton, who I believe scored both our tries. Um, he had a killer game, man. He had some big games. You know, this is something that's quite common in New South Wales Cup. Apparently, he's been ripping up there for the last few years, and a lot of people have been calling for him to get more time in first grade. Obviously, he's low on the well, I wouldn't say low on the picking order, but Josh Adokar and Carrez at our full strength team are our wingers. You didn't have Blake Wilson, who's next off the pine, and then you have him after Blake Wilson. Well, he finally got a chance, and he did his chance. No harm with how well he played. As probably our best player. So congratulations to him. Will he get a couple more games? I think so. Just depends on how injuries fall. Whether Bronson Cherry is good. Because, we got a quick turnaround. I believe our next game is Friday. Friday or Thursday? Friday, I believe. So, quick turnaround for Critter. I don't know if he'll play in that game, to be honest, after playing on Origin Wednesday. To back it up on Friday. I don't know. But, look, hard luck, boys. It just wasn't our week. We'll come back. This is a bit of a stretch of the game now where we'll find out whether we are legit top 8 contenders. If we can get through this next little period with a few victories, they'll put us in good stead. If not, we might be in the middle of the pack with everyone else, trying to scrape for victories. But other than that, man, don't really have much else to say. Congrats to the Roosters. They did their thing. They got the 2 points, and now they're in the top 4. And to be honest, they're looking like a top 4 team. But I'll hand it over to you. What were your thoughts on the game, man?
Yeah, I was back and forth between the Super Rugby and the Roosters Bulldogs game, but at one point, I think it was after the Blues scored their third try, I was like, fuck this. I'm sticking to the league, and I stayed true to myself. I think I stopped watching it like 40 minutes in Union because it goes into extra time. They don't stop as soon as it hits 40 minutes off that last tackle. The clock don't stop and the game don't go to break. They play on until someone kicks it out of play and the ball goes dead. So I flicked over, and it was only like 8 minutes in. So I just was like, oh, stuff it. I'll carry on watching this till the very end. And I was a bit gutted. I thought the Bulldogs had a bit more life in them, the return of Kakao. But, yeah, the Roosters in this wet weather, they just found ways to keep compiling that pressure on the Bulldogs. And I think that's the great word for it, eh? They just found a way to just amount so much pressure that eventually they get over the line and they score their tries. And that's what's kind of scary. And I hate talking up the Roosters, but that's what's kind of scary about this Roosters team is they're able to amount X amount of pressure on you until you start cracking. And then once they see those cracks, then they're like, oh, here we go. Because, that's what all good teams are great at, right? It's just continuous pressure. Hard luck for the Bulldogs. Doesn't mean that this is the end of their season, and it doesn't reflect how their season's gone so far. It's just, you're without Critter. I think he's a big part of this team's identity, especially on defense. Mm-hmm. And I think they really missed him this week. It'll be good. Hopefully, is he backing up? Bro, I don't know. We'll find out tonight. When Teamless Tuesday gets announced, we'll find out if he's going to be backing up after Game 2, which is happening tomorrow night, Italy. We don't forget. If you want to hear our breakdown on State of Origin, listen to the last episode. We break down the State of Origin lineups and where we think the positional matchups are going to be. But yeah, in this game, it was the forwards that stepped up in terms of try scoring. Past few weeks, it's been the outside backs that have really done the mahi for the Roosters try scoring. But I think that's the beauty of this team, unfortunately, is that across the board they can score. And I think they'll be a good competition against the Panthers. What are they looking to be? The first game that the Panthers play, or is it going to be Melbourne Panthers, Roosters, Dolphins?
Well, for
I don't think the Sharks are going to. Yeah, I don't think the Sharks are going to stay up there.
You never know. I could see the top 3 being Storm, Panthers, Roosters. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah. That's definitely my solidified 3. Yeah. I think Dolphins can keep that 4. I think they can make who else is going to take it from them? I don't see the Broncos getting up there. We might make the 8, but I'm not holding my breath. Manly, I don't think so. I think Rabbitohs will make the 8 if they keep playing the way they're playing. Who we got? Cowboys are up and down. I think they'll maybe meet bottom 4. Bottom 4 of the top 8. I don't think. Ooh. Yeah, well, who else is there? I think Sharks are like 6, 7. I don't think they're gonna hold the top 4 spot. I just can't see it. So I think, definitely 1, 2, 3. Panthers, Melbourne, Roosters. 4, hopefully Dolphins. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, their 4 spot's going to be like the interesting spot where, I don't know, a lot can happen, man. And you want to be there top 4, right? You get top 4, you get a life. So that
Yeah.
pays. And at least that guarantees you a home game, right? The first one might be away, but if you lose that first one, you're guaranteed to have a home game the next week. So
Yeah. You're guaranteed a life or a bye, a rest.
yeah.
And it counts. Postseason, baby, it counts. So, yeah. Maybe we'll look to have a look over the rest of the schedule and our off time, and we'll have a hypothesis of who we think might make that 4th spot. So keep an ear out for that, Fano. But that's all I've got to say about the Roosters Bulldogs game. Heading over to the main event of the evening, 14-0, the South Sydney Rabbitohs hosted at Accor Stadium the Manly Sea Eagles. Now, Manly is quite a depleted team. I think this team and the Cowboys are the 2 most depleted teams come Origin time, and that's only because they're also facing lots of injuries. There's no Tom Trbojevic. There's no Jake Trbojevic. There's no Daly Cherry Evans. And Olakwatu is also gone missing because they're all been caught up for Origin. So it was always going to be a tough battle going forward, but I didn't think it would be 14-0 tough. At least, full credit to Manly, at least their defense held up. Their attack might not have, but their defense held up. And we did mention that in the preview show as well. We don't know we haven't seen this Manly team perform without Cherry, without Jake, without Olakwatu, without Trbojevic, Tom. So Luke Brooks didn't become Superman. He didn't become a Batman. He kind of just played his role, and that was that. That 6-7 pairing of Cody Walker and Jack Whiten's proving to be something. But what I loved most about this, and what really, I guess, must solidify for the Tigers-Raiders game, was Jai Gray. And his 3rd NRL game, maybe 2nd? No, this is his 3rd, I think. 3rd NRL game. He scored his first ever NRL try. And I don't think it'll be the last. So what I'm going to question now, because I don't think you watched this. Did you watch this game?
No,
Yeah, so
I was
what I want to
fast
question...
asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't too far off, to be honest. What I will question you then, instead of trying to break down a game you didn't watch, is if Latrell plays really well in the centres tomorrow night, do we keep Jai Gray at fullback? Sorry, this is his 4th game, by the way. 4th game, sorry. Do we keep Jai Gray at fullback? Because he's played pretty well, I think, in that fullback spot. He's not the tallest of fullbacks, but he's quick, he's zippy. He can get you from A to B real quick, and he's alive when he's getting that ball. He defends pretty well. He might get run over by some of the big guys, but seldom do the big guys make a big break for it. And if he can get an ankle, if he can get a shirt, he could be there or thereabouts. And we all know that Latrell is one of the best centres in the comp when he plays centre. So what do you think? Do you think if you're in the Bunnies position, do you keep Jai Gray at fullback, and do you put big Latrell Mitchell in centre for maybe Tani Milne?
If it was me, a lot would depend on what happens at Origin. I think if he kills it, which I kind of expect him to at Origin, yeah, I'd hold him there. Also trying to save his body, right? Him moving to centre, he has to do less running. And he's just been so devastating there. I mean, before he made the shift to fullback, he was pretty much the best centre in the game. So it would have been interesting to see, had he stayed there, how long it would have taken Joey Manu to take that title for him. Or if it would just be those two, just neck and neck, best centres in the game. Well, I guess we'll never know though. But yeah, look, right, I'll keep Jai there. If he's doing a job and he's playing fine, and it just makes your edges even more dangerous. I guess the question would be, which side does he go to? Does he go with Jack Wyden? So that would be the left side, right? Number 4. Or do they keep him with Walker? and put him on that side, which would be number 3? I think that would be the question. Honestly, it wouldn't matter. You would give him the license to roam. So I think there'd be times where, more so in the attacking end, where you'd probably see Jai Gray switch, and you'd have Mitchell go back to playing fullback to be that link man, right? Because we all know the play, right? Where it goes, what? It goes Murray digs into the line, backs out to Walker goes to Latrell, and Latrell's the one throwing that pass, you know? So I could see that happening too, where coming out of sets, you wouldn't really need him, and then, the minute they get into attacking play, if they have an attacking set, I would expect Latrell to roam. So I wouldn't pin him to centre, give him their Travojevic, New South Wales kind of license to roam. And honestly, I think they could be quite dangerous. They could be very, very dangerous. But that's what I would do. Yeah, I would shift him to centre, shift him back there, let Jai Gray take care of it. Because man, their team next year, if he did go back to centre full time, I would assume. Well, actually, I wouldn't assume, but if it was me, I would have Whiten, Latrell, and AJ on one side. They would be a killer left-hand side. And then on the other side,
that'll get him to that try-scoring record.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. And then on the other side, it would be Walker, Campbell Graham, and Tyrone Munro.
Oh, yes.
Campbell Graham is someone that they have really, really missed, man. And I feel as though Tyrone Munro would have played every game, if not for injuries. Because what's his name? Tani Milne just likes to swing at everyone. Richard Kenner ain't it. Like, those two just aren't it. Gagai, what's his name? Jacob Gagai. He's been serviceable. But you put that team at full strength. Yeah, right? Solid backup, but full strength, like those two edges, lethal. And then you just got Jai Gray at the back. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. And then Keon, he's been killing it at 13. Killing it.
He's been deadly.
I honestly think you just keep bringing Murray off the bench. Just ease him into it. We know he can play 80 easy.
His longevity.
Yeah.
That extends his longevity for postseason if they make the 8.
Yeah, definitely, man. So they got options, that Bunny's team, and they're quickly becoming a team you do not want to play. Like, if they sneak into the 8, because all they have to do is get there. Anything can happen in playoffs, man. Anything. But if they claim that 8 spot, you would hate to be, because it's 58, right? And it's 6v7. Yeah. Like, honestly, that's one team you do not want to play, because on any given day, deadly. Absolutely.
And they've been rolling these past few weeks, man. They've been rolling.
Oh, no, I just remembered. They signed that Englishman for 2 years. Lewis Dodds. No, he's a 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what are they doing with Ilias?
Ilias has already been given permission to leave.
Damn.
Yeah.
Interesting. I kind of like what they're doing with this 6-7 combo at the moment.
Yeah,
I think,
me too.
Well, Graham comes back in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, Graham's due to come back.
I thought he was done for the season.
Well, here on NRL injury list, he's due to come back in rounds 18.
I don't see that happening.
It might. This has been updated.
True that.
I'll double check that though. But because imagine getting to see that play out this season.
Bro, they needed Graham. Like, Graham is I wouldn't say he's underrated. I felt as though he was a vital piece of this team, because he just shores up one side. He's kind of like Critter. Like, defense just solid.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, shucks, he probably would have been in game 1 for State of Origin had he not been injured.
yeah, you could make the case that he would have been. Yep, definitely.
Okay. 9 World of Sports has reported that Campbell Graham has almost no chance of returning before the end of the season. So NRL's injury list may not be updated. He said he hasn't even touched a football since being injured.
That's tough.
And so Hornby revealed both Graham and Monroe are likely to return this season. He hasn't been training with us at all, hasn't touched the ball. He's still a long way off, if at all. Why did that rhyme? How? The cat in the hat of this reporter. So, yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's all good. It just means that they'll have a strong squad coming into next season. Over to Sunday night, the last over to Sunday night, the last game of the round. The West Tigers hosted, and this is how you know that's a shit host. Like the Titans, that's a shit host. The Roosters, that's been a shit host. The Tigers, this is when you know you've been a shit host. They doubled their score. And the only reason the Raiders had scored as much points as they did is because there was a yellow card and the Tigers' defense struggled on attack. So the Raiders scored 3 tries in that 10-minute period. But yeah, did you catch this game?
No, but I knew they were winning, which made me want to watch it less, surprisingly. Look, I don't want to watch the Tigers winning. Are you kidding me? Hell no, I don't want to see their shit. And the fact they were smoking him? Nah.
Yeah, bruh. It was a great game. I'll give a quick breakdown and then I'll throw a party your way.
Yeah.
So, Lachlan Galvin opened up the account for the Tigers with his first try in NRL. That's what they were saying on the TV. I thought he scored in like his first game, but I might be wrong. And then, who was it? It was Luke Laulili, who scored a try. They said no try, loses the ball, or they couldn't determine whether or not he grounded it. So when he scored that second try, then it was like, yeah, I can't take that one away from me. And then I think, who else was it? Was it Sione Fainu? Has he scored a try before? Or is it someone else? There was one other player on this team. So there was 3 players that scored a try.
On debut, eh? Oh, not on debut, but their first tries, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, Garvin. Yeah, I think it was that Fainu in there.
So, Laulii.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
Lili.
He did the scoop from dummy half.
Yeah, well, because he had a try earlier that they disallowed because on-field ruling was no try, and the camera angle, he dotted it down on the grass, but because the camera angle couldn't determine it was on the blade of chalked grass or not, they couldn't overturn the on-field ruling of no try. But luckily, he scored one a few minutes later, and it just seemed for a small period that, okay, maybe the Raiders get back into this. But man, when nothing goes your way, this game really nothing went their way. Rapana was kicking it like trying to do a dropout. Kazi kicked it short and out of bounds. He kicked it into the 4th row in the grandstand. He did that about 4 times in that game. It was shocking, to say the least. It wasn't Rapana-esque in terms of how his performance usually are. But all of the Tigers' attack really started from Mr. Uppy all alone, Kuriso. And yeah, that try he scored in the 57th minute, it like bounced off. I think Rapana pushed it. He tried to push it back. It bounces off the padding of the goalpost or something, and Uppy just happens to catch it. A little rotation and then dots it down. That was sort of the epitome of just his hard work being rewarded. This was probably the best game I've seen from Uppy this season, and yeah, it really showed how hungry and how kind of together this Tigers team was. Jareem Buller at fullback was phenomenal, man. I think he had the meanest steps. He just went bang, broke some ankles, bruh. He looked like a not as athletic as a prime Roger, but man, it reminded me of Roger. He just comes running down steps. I can't remember. I think it must have been Raps. Broke his ankles, G, and just stepped in, boom, dotted the ball down, scored his try. But that try from Adam Dewey, the 73rd minute, that was the most feel-good try you could ever see. And if you watch the highlights, man, he read that play like a book. Raiders are shifting the ball out wide. Dewey's already jumped it, reached his hands out, boom, picks it, man. He looked like Ed Reed in his prime, man. If you watch NFL, you know Ed Reed just a sniper with that ball. And Ed Reed wasn't just one to just take the ball. He tried to take it to the house. And, man, Adam Dewey just turned on the jets, man. And for someone who's coming back from his third ACL reconstruction, boy, he had some pace, man. He was just hurts, balling, man. He was balling, and yeah, who was it? I think it was Savage on the wing almost caught up to him, but by the time he got near him, Kyle Weeks. No, it was Kyle Weeks he burned, bro. And Weeks, he ain't no slouch, man. He got some pace. So Weeks was Herson, dived and just caught trousers and just missed. And Dewey took it to the house, man. And yeah, congratulations for a guy who hasn't played footy since round 1 or so last year. He hasn't scored a try since round 1 last year. It's been a few hundred days since Adam Dewey last set foot on a footy field. And yeah, that really capped off the Tigers' night. But yeah, they really struggled with 12 men. That's where they let in 3 tries. And, had they not scored as many tries as they did to start the game, Tigers could have lost the game off of that sin bin, off of Alex Seyfarth's binning in that second half. So it's not fixed at the Tigers, not by a long shot, but it's a good sort of momentum shift for them. There was a lot of negative news about the Tigers and about Benji's coaching style, about this club, about Lachlan Galvin. So hopefully they can put all this stuff behind them. And, this really does show that the team's looking to build a better future. It's just right now they don't have the tools. They don't have the team to get them there. They're still, trying to wash their hands of Tigers of old. So, yeah, look, still a long way to go. They're not by any means over the hill yet, but this was a strong performance from the Tigers and definitely something Tigers fans can look forward to. Surprised we didn't get a message from Vince, but when you've only won 3 games in the season, you got nothing to cheer about. You got nothing to cheer about, mate. So, shush. Here's my partai to you. Where do you think the Raiders go? Because I don't know if you watched the under-19s. Chevy Stewart didn't have a great game for the Raiders when he was playing in the Raiders earlier on in the season, but he's played a bit more reserve grade footy. He's only 18 or just turned 19, and he was like one of these standout performers in the under-19 State of Origin. I think he was, for me, probably player of the game. Alongside for Queensland in a losing effort, Kobe Black. Shout out to Broncos future, hopefully. But yeah, do we think it's not too late to try and bring Chevy Stewart back into the fold? I know he's still super young. It's early on in the year, but I don't think Rapin is it at fullback. In all honesty, he had a nightmare of a game. I prefer him on the wing. He was great when he plays on the wing, and I know he's your guy. So where do you stand with that up on a situation? Do we bring in that young fullback and try and get him some good game?
I guess it depends on how ready they think Chevy is. If he is, there's no reason to not throw him there. He is the long-term fullback, I'm pretty sure. And Rapana, I don't even know if he has a contract for next year. So yeah, that could be an interesting one. Do you just wait till next year? Because that's pretty much the move, right? We know Chevy's going to be the fullback next year. It's pretty much the way it's playing out. It's just, do you move it early? I don't know. I mean, I said it when Fogarty went down, right? Like that their season's over. And then they went on that tear where they won like 3 or 4 games. And I was like, hold the fort. Maybe it ain't over. And then you look at their last 2 weeks, right? You look at the Cowboys; they got smoked against them. Where I picked them to win that game, and then this one here, I picked them to win it again, and they get smoked again. Like you let 48 points by the Tigers. Like, you know what I mean?
To be fair, some of those tries came off a fortuitous bounce. Like the
Mm,
ball just really didn't care about the Raiders. Like there was a couple of times just the ball did not give a fuck about the Raiders.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. But I just think like what we're seeing now is kind of what I thought was going to happen when Fogarty went down. It's just it happened a lot later than I thought. But yeah, I mean, obviously I would put Chevy there. Like if it was Michael, I'd move him there. And I'd put Rapana to the wing. And it would be Kotrick is the one that would be missing out. Because I think Xavier is also the winger of the future, so I'll keep him there. And think I just read something that Kotrick might be going to Super League next year, which is crazy. He's only 25, bro, and he's almost played 150 games. We signed him for like 3 years at the Bulldogs. This was like a couple of years ago. And I think the year before he made the Origin team, New South Wales. I think he played 1 game or 2 games. I can't remember if they won or lost their series, New South, but yeah. And then he played for the Aussie team at the end of the year, so trajectory was looking good. He came over. He wanted to be centre. He is not a centre. Not at all. Didn't have a great season for us, and then he only lasted 1 year before he went back to the Raiders. I'm pretty sure we paid half of his contract to like play for the Raiders, which is just beyond me, but whatever. And he's kind of been in our team since this year, right? If he hasn't been up to par, he's been playing reserve grade. He's been playing reserve grade quite a bit. I think he might have played more reserve grade games than first grade games. And he's just a big body. But you know, like some players get better, right? To me, there's been no growth with him. He's been the same player since when he first came onto the scene, which is someone that can break a tackle, half decent finisher, get you some meters out of the backfield, but like he hasn't added anything. Which is, I mean, I know you're still 25, still young, but like all I see is 150 games of the same shit. Like no evolution, no getting better, no adding strings to his bow, which is just not it. But yeah, pretty much to answer your question. Yeah, I'll give it a go. You have to, Chevy, chuck him in there. Rapana back to the wing. Kotrick, you're out of there. Go to Super League nice and early, as far as I can say. But I think what we're seeing with the Raiders is a reflection of them not having Fogarty. Yeah, which is, I don't know, man. You kind of need the backup. Kyle Weeks is good. I think he's a great backup, but he's not your guy. And Ethan Strange still has to learn the game.
Dang, you don't got faith in Kyle Weeks.
I do, just not at this point. I think he still needs a bit of seasoning. Him and Ethan need a bit of seasoning. You know what I mean? Like Fogarty was that guy.
They've got Kyle on contract to the end of next year. Fogarty signed until I think 2026, but that's an option. So he's got this year and next year plus an option. And where's our boy Strange? No, not Strange. It's Seven. No, Strange. It is Strange. Ethan.
Yeah.
He is on. Oh fuck! He's signed until bloody next millennium. He's signed until 2028. So he's the only one locked in for the long term. So he's obviously their half for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Who's his pair? I think the combination that him and Kyle Weeks have is great because Weeks has got the speed and that agility. But yeah, Fogarty's just got that experience. He's got that know-how. He's got that, what do they call that? In Formula One, they call it racecraft. It's just that ability to just know where you are on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just, has that je ne sais quoi about him. He's got that great understanding and awareness. That's the word I'm looking for. Awareness is situational awareness. He knows what's on the clock. He knows what tackle we're on. He's just got an innate sense of the game. Jock Madden could use a bit of that innate sense, knowing what tackle we're on before kicking it on first. For fuck's sake. So yeah, look, it's a great problem to have, Ricky. It's a great problem to have. So yeah, interesting. What needs to happen for the Raiders? It started off such a promising season, but like we said at the start of the year, the Raiders and the Sharks to us were just two teams that had a decent schedule. We thought they were, what's the word, punching above their weight and lucky to win some of the games they won. But yeah, we're kind of seeing the reality of these teams at the moment. And yeah, I don't think that these teams are where they thought they were a few months ago. But that is the review, the recap, the wrap up, if you like, of round 16. I can't believe 16 rounds are already over. This season is flying by, Etefano, and hell, it's crazy as hell. But don't forget, State of Origin on tomorrow night, and if you missed our Origin preview show, head back to the last episode. Just press previous episode. It's the round 16 preview plus Origin breakdown. So go check that out. Anyway, let's head over to the team of the week. Sorry, I was about to say power rankings. Power rankings didn't change. It remains the same. So we're just doing team of the week. The team of the week is presented to you by... I do this every week. Do you have anything?
Not really.
It is presented to you by Courier Post. If you're looking to send anything around the country, use Courier Post. Fast, efficient, timely. Get your packages from A to B. Use Courier Post. Shout out to Courier Post. Not really shout out to Courier Post, actually. They're not sponsoring us. We're still looking for a sponsor. So if you want to be a sponsor, we'll be like, Cherifano, we are sponsored by Insert Brand here. And they are bringing you the team of the week. Presented by Insert Brand here. See? Just like that, Fano. Just like that. I have seen this new energy drink. I actually want to try it first. And then if we can get to maybe like 100 new listeners per episode, then maybe I'll reach out and see if we can get an endorsement. But it's New Zealand owned and operated. It's an energy drink company that uses like natural sources of energy, so like apple juice and stuff like that, that doesn't use artificial sweeteners and all that kind of stuff. So something I'm looking at trying to land for us. It might not be monetary, but as long as we get free products, then we can just pump that until we get big enough, and then all it takes is landing one brand deal, and then others will come at us with different things. Well, that's all we need is just one, Fano, just one. You've got the list in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll do back five. Oh, I'll do the backs up into the halves, and then you do the forwards.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Well, I'll kick things off. Fullback, man, there were some great performers at fullback this weekend. Jerome Buller, he was close to getting it. I thought he played outstanding. So did Pap in his return, but this one's going to the one and only Keanu Kinney. Welcome to the team of the week, brother. The practice runs team of the week. On the wing, we've got Jermaine Isako and Mr. Full-time try scorer, Alofiana Khan Pereira. In the centres, we've got Richie Kennar and Adam Dewey for that spectacular Adam Dewey try. In the halves, we've got the Titans halves, Jaden Campbell and Kieran Foran.
And then moving to the forward pack and props, we have Terrell May and Stefano Utukumanu, both having devastating performances and performed well for the team. At our hooker, we have that guy, Api All Alone Coruscant, who is turning out to be not all alone lately. with the performances put forward by his West Tigers teammates. To the second row we go, and we have Nat Butcher on one side. Finally, I feel as though Nat Butcher's been like almost dropped every week for pretty much the whole season. And then he is partnered up with Alessia Katoa from the Storm. And then at 13, which spot is normally reserved for Paddy Superstar Carrigan, but as he had the bye, that is now being replaced to. Is this his second week in a row?
Yeah, man. I was about to say, he might be starting a new trend.
He's starting a streak. We have that guy for the second week in a row playing for the Rabbitohs, Keon Koloamatangi. And that is your team of the week. Proudly sponsored by Career Post. Well, for this week anyway. We'll get a better one next week.
Yeah. For our made up sponsors. This is not sponsored for anyone watching, by the way. This is just us trying to get sponsors. You know, if you hear your brand, you might be like, "Yo, let's sponsor these guys. They're amazing." But no, I just want to give a huge mihi out to all of you guys. Thank you all so much for supporting us. You know, listening to our episodes. It motivates us to continue dropping episodes because we know that there is a market out there, albeit in Germany, in America, Australia. There's been some in Amsterdam, Italy, Scotland, Russia, all over the Motu, everywhere except New Zealand, apparently. But no, we're so appreciative and we're so grateful to have all of you guys listening into the practice run whenever you guys get the chance to. I mean, it's just a huge honor and privilege to be able to do this and to have an audience. Just, means the world. So thank you guys so much. That's me for this episode. I'll see you guys back here again on Thursday. That's it. Over to two for the final word.
Yes, so a nice short one for you today, fans that are listening by far and wide. We always appreciate your guys' support here at the Practice Run, where we're a community. We're hoping to build a community one day. Again, humble beginnings, but you have to start somewhere. And for this first year, it's pretty much all about just pumping out content, getting better as a duo, and getting better individually. I feel as though we've come a long way, man. Those first couple episodes were shaky, but I feel as though we're getting there. You know, we can almost do the script. We can almost do the intro without the script. You know, might be week 16, but one week we'll do it without the script. You know, and then we're getting better because we're just going to start freestyling from then on out, and you won't even know.
Yeah.
But hey, we will see everyone Thursday. We will be our preview show and the review of Origin. Yes. But until then, as always, stay safe, whānau, and we will see you when we see you. Chur to the chur, mā te wā.